Okay, so density questions are a little bit weird sometimes, but basically what they're doing is they're taking the mass or the area and the mass area, the volume or the area, and they're doing something with it. All right, so basically the formula that probably you've all heard before is density equals mass over volume. We're going to use that for 90% of the things that we're going to do. Once in a while, you'll get a two-dimensional density question. All right, and the two-dimensional density question is amount over area. All right, so either way, it's how much you have divided by how much space there is. Okay, mass over volume for 3 dimensions, amount over area for 2 dimensions. All right, normally you've got to find the volume or find the area to answer these questions. Sometimes you don't. Okay, sometimes it just gives you everything. You're ultimately going to have to cross multiply most of this stuff. All right, so you'll have to cross multiply to solve these things. You've got to be careful with them because there's lots of little shortcuts you can do, and they work sometimes. So be careful when you're taking a look at those. Cost kind of plays in here, and for cost, you basically pretty much always have to multiply. I'm going to say you often need to multiply. It's possible that you could divide, but not all that common. So I would say multiply. And I always tell everybody that when you're doing these questions, if you're not sure what to do and you're trying to pick to multiply or divide, multiply, okay? Because if you take 50 density questions, you probably multiply 47 or 48 times and divide 2 or 3 times, okay? So if you're stuck and you're like, man, I don't know if I multiply or divide, multiply, okay? You have a way better chance of getting it right if you multiply, all right? And then the biggest, most important thing is density sometimes gets confused because their units has a mass unit in it, okay? But they will have 2 units, all right? So density has 2 units. And I've got 2 examples here. 5.8 grams per cubic foot, and you've got to be careful because it says grams, but it doesn't stop at that. It says grams per cubic foot. And then sometimes you'll see it written as this, where it has them in an actual fraction. I think this one is easier because it clearly has something weird going on, okay? But make sure that you are very, very careful when you're picking out a density question.